Some big names in NASCAR brought excitement to a short track this weekend.
3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Todd Brown, That Racing Show. Thanks for dropping by for this pit stop segment. Man, I'm going to tell you, this is my most favorite time of the year right here. Short track racing kicking off all across the country. And man, they had a big weekend out there at New River All American Speedway this weekend. And we're going to talk about all that and so much more in this episode right here. But man, Cars Tour and Grand National Super Series making their way over there to New River Speedway. And some big names being part of this, including Dale Jr. in the Cars Tour and Jeremy Mayfield in the Grand National Super Series. And they put on one hell of a show. All the drivers out there did. And man, so cool to see these guys creating short track magic like this. The excitement, sold out show. And the fans, they got their money's worth out there. Dale Jr., not having the best of weekend as far as on the racetrack, but having a great weekend out there with people, meeting new people, shaking hands, taking pictures with everybody. You could tell he was just having a good time in the moment with these short track fans like this and the competitors as well. But anyways, let's get to some of this racing action here right now. This was a 125 lap race and some great side-by-side door banging racing going on. And unfortunately, Brendan Butterbean Queen and Minnie Tyrell getting together, coming into the turn, and kind of the end of the day for Butterbean. Cut down a tire and took out his chances of winning for that race. But anyways, more action taking place. You can see right here, Dale Jr. getting into the end of the Landon Huffman car he sponsors. So not the way he wanted to have this happen, but Dale Jr. coming out of there with some damage, but was able to continue on racing. But anyways, Bobby McCarty with that little tie up there with Queen and Tyrell. Bobby McCarty was able to work his way up to the front, and that's where he stayed, bringing home the checkered flag there at New River All American Speedway. Great racing by so many out there, and man, just one hell of a show. I love this Cars Tour. I love what Junior and all the partners are doing with this, and some great racing, which, by the way, they'll be at Orange County Speedway next, so if you're in that area, you don't want to miss this race because this is some really great racing, and I look forward to seeing where it continues to go. But some other notable names in this: Carson Clappel, Junior's driver, coming home in 5th place, and good run for him all night. But Dale Jr. coming home with a 14th place finish. Obviously not where he wanted to be, but all in all, great night for him out there. This is Junior's 3rd time in the Cars Tour car. Ran twice at North Wilkesboro, getting a 3rd and a 16th place finish. So a 3rd, 14th, and a 16th on his little stat sheet right there for the Cars Tour. Not bad, but sure we're going to be seeing that car up front soon. Which with that, Junior will be back in the car. Sundrop sponsored this time at Florence Speedway in August with the Cars Tour. He's going to be skipping North Wilkesboro this year. Sammy Smith will be in a Sundrop sponsored number 88 at North Wilkesboro. And man, I'm going to tell you, love this series. I love what these guys are doing with it. And check it out if you haven't yet. If you're in Orange County Speedway area, again, go check out this fine racing. But anyways, let's move on now to the other name who obviously caused a big crowd to be there at New River All American Speedway. And this is Jeremy Mayfield out there in the Grand National Super Series. This is a series he's been involved in for the last 2 years. Series has only been around for 2 years, but Jeremy getting multiple wins each season out there in these cars. And if you're not familiar with these are former Cup cars, former Pro Cup cars, Xfinity cars. They got a great rule package, various engines you could run, various tires, just different aspects to this series that is so cool. And some great drivers out there building their resume along the way. And Jeremy out there this year in his own car. He's kind of drove a team car for the series last couple years, but ended up last year getting in his own car and went out there again this year to kick off the season. He's going to be running full time. And by the way, he's looking for sponsors. So if you ever wanted your name on the side of a NASCAR driver, in this case, a former NASCAR driver, but yet still a NASCAR driver's car, contact Jeremy and get your name on the side of that racer right there. But Jeremy, coming home with a 3rd place finish in the Grand National Super Series. And man, this is the coolest part of this right here. is Jason Kitzmiller coming home with the victory, and his son Isaac finishing second right behind him. So great 1-2 finish for the family right there with Jeremy right behind him. And another notable name with this series is A.J. Hendrickson. Great longtime driver, Trans Am, ARCA, so many different series. And A.J. was past 2 years, he's been the champion of the series. Coming home with a 7th place finish this week, so he's got some climbing to do to get up there in the points lead, but I'm going to tell you, this man is strong in these cars, and he'll be in victory lane really soon, and hope to see Jeremy right there with him as well. Now, another name showed up, another big name showed up at All American Speedway here, and this was Harvick. And we're not talking about Kelin Harvick, we're talking about Keelan Harvick coming out there and racing in 2 different divisions this weekend. He was supposed to be running on Friday night and Saturday, but unfortunately, the racing on Friday got postponed due to weather. So Keelan had to wait till Saturday night to make his debut in a full-size stock car, running the street stock out there. Great-looking car, and Keelan not disappointing, coming home with a 2nd place finish in his debut race in this car. Really cool to see, and I'm going to tell you, this young man has got so much talent right now that you better just go ahead and mark it down. He's going to continue to grow, continue to go up the series, and he's going to be in them cup cars before you know it. And NASCAR better watch out, because these youngins, they're badass. Lifeline of blood flowing through them of racers. So, but anyways, Keelan also getting out there on Saturday night in the Legends car, and man, bringing home the victory over the current track champion out there. So a great night for Keelan. Victory in the Legends cars, 2nd place in his debut in a full-size car. So great racing action out there. And man, check out this racetrack if you haven't. Beautiful property and great racing. Check out all the short track racing across the country, because you're missing out if you don't. Now, I want to talk about this one other part here at the end, and this is Dale Jr. again, because man, I love what he's doing for short track racing. I love what he does for racing in general. Not only NASCAR, but short track racing. This Cars Tour Series, great series. It's going to be growing, continue to grow. And I feel so unfortunate for Junior, because if there's anybody out there that deserves a cup charter to me right now, it is Dale Jr. Because you got to look at Dale Jr.'s history. This guy has employed so many drivers through the years, and I want to touch on that here in a moment. But Junior said he wants to put more short track drivers in his Xfinity cars. He wants a dedicated car just to short track drivers from across the country. Problem is money. Situation that happens so much without the NASCAR series, but man, it'll be great to see some drivers on the short track, some winners, get some funding and get out there and race, just like Carson Clappel did at Martinsville, getting in that car, coming home with a 4th place in the Xfinity race, and Bubba Pollard at Richmond, getting in the car for the first time, coming home with a 6th place finish. So, man, this would be a great opportunity for so many drivers, and I would love to see this happen. But now I want to talk again back to the charter situation, because, as I say, there's so many drivers that Junior has groomed. He's nurtured, put them in good cars that he's had to watch go to other teams and become champions and winners. And that's got to be heartbreaking in some ways. It's got to be very, emotional to see your drivers continue on and win. Because you look at the history. Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, champions in the Cup Series come through Junior. Cole Custer, our current Xfinity champion, driver at one time for Junior Motorsports. And when you look at the list of people who have drove these cars, I mean, this is a who's who of racing. I mean, Kevin Harvick's drove for him, Mark Martin, Martin Truex, and you got Noah Gragson out there now, teammates with his former Junior Motorsports partner, Josh Berry, over there at Stewart Haas. And these guys that Junior brought into the sport, gave them their break. And, man, William Byron, another name. I mean, you could go on and on and on with the list of names who have drove for him. So I think Junior deserves to see one of his guys finally move up to the Cup Series with Junior Motorsports. And I know there's a lot of politics to this because of everything going on with his connection with Rick Hendrick, but would love to see this happen. I think the guy deserves it. And, man, make it happen. Somebody make it happen. Rumors are right now that 2311 is looking like they're probably going to get a charter, but still everything's out there in the air. And we'll see what happens. But anyways, I would love to see that. But again, hope everybody is enjoying the racing that's going on right now at the short tracks. If you're not out there checking them out, go do it, because there's so much good racing out there, and give us more to talk about. And hey, by the way, if you're out there and you video some short track racing and you got it on YouTube and you want to share it with me to put on the show, send it to me. And man, let's make this happen. You can get in touch with me at the email below, and would love to share some of your stuff and share your page as well, and continue to build short track racing across the country. But anyways, if you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button, and man, let's talk racing. That's what I'm here for. But hope everybody enjoyed the racing this weekend at Texas. Going to be talking about that and a lot more here this week. But anyways, hope you're off to a great week. And as always, we'll see you at the checkered flag.